Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all, from them push-ups yesterday, who was on the live stream yesterday? My abs hurt. Is this all of this hurt? But I'm with it. I did my workout today. I'm committed to 30 minutes a day working out. I want to ask you, what's your commitment to your health and your fitness? So I had some green juice yesterday. I had a health shot, like a little shot thing or whatever. And I got my Isogenics packages coming on the way, which has my vitamins and my shakes and all my good stuff, my cleanse. And this is cleansing at a cellular level. I don't want to wait until I get a diagnosis from a doctor, okay? So we talk about health, we talk about our mindset, we're talking about wealth. This is Good Tea for Life, and I am your host, Lakeisha Michelle. Super fired up. It's a rainy morning here in Dallas, but I'm fired up. I feel really good. I didn't want to work out this morning, but I did it anyway. And you know, yesterday it came to me like, the discipline that it takes to be really, really great in the gym, or whether you work out at home. I really like to work at home. The discipline that it takes to do your workouts, whatever on the schedule that you choose, the discipline that it takes to eat cleaner so you can be healthy. A lot of times we're worried about our body, like looking like somebody else, but it's also being healthy. I don't want a 3-time diagnosis from the doctor, okay? So, the other part, there's a discipline to planning the food, planning out what you're going to be taking and putting into your body. There's a discipline for your schedule. If you're a salon owner, I used to be behind the chair, right? There's a discipline. I had to be up. I was up at 3:45 because I still wanted to work out. I did a quick work. I found these 15-minute workouts. I was dressed and ready to go at work at 5 o'clock. I moved right across the street, right down the street, so I could be at work on time. But there was a discipline, and that discipline, those small things that weren't sexy, allowed me to do hair and build a 6-figure salon business in Dallas, right? Then I moved to LA, got to a new city. I can't just be sleeping in because I get here and I'm just kind of coasting. I got up, I got dressed, I went out and I found people. There's a discipline putting yourself out there and marketing your business. There's a discipline there in all of the things that we desire. Even with everybody talking about makeup. A lot of you guys always talk about my makeup. Side note, these mannequins back here look kind of creepy. But a lot of you guys talk about makeup all the time. And the comment that I hear from my clients or my girlfriends are like, I wish you do that because you're a makeup artist and da-da-da. When I first started, I wasn't a makeup artist. I just started playing in makeup. And I made a point to every morning get up and make 30 minutes because I had 30 minutes. You may not have 30 minutes. And what I know for sure is that you don't have to have 30 minutes. So if you want to just work on foundation, you take 15 minutes, right? But the reality is everything that we want, it requires us to have a discipline and a plan. And I know myself, that's what I'm always working on, right? I'm not perfect at it, but for sure, to accomplish something, to have some type of success, you've got to set time aside. And so many times, my clients included, I say, let's do this, and they say, oh, I'm busy. Well, if you're busy, then why are you talking? Like, I literally shut off, because you got to make time. So, and it was funny, I was talking to my girlfriend this morning, and she was like, we were talking about Isogenics, and one of the reasons that I'm doing Isogenics, I've always taken it, right? I've been taking it because it fit my lifestyle. But the other part, I was like, it's time for me to do passive income. I'm not going to do real estate right now. And I will have a conversation about health and fitness. I've always had the conversation online, so I'm going to add recurring revenue. They have a blueprint to get to $1 million passive income. I'm all of a blueprint. There's a plan in place, okay? So that's just something I'm adding, right? So she and I were talking, and we were just talking about being busy and daycare bills and kids and all the things that we have going on in our lives, right? And she said something about a day job, and I said, you know what a fun social experiment would be for me? I was like, because a lot of times people use their day job as an excuse for their entrepreneurial dreams. And even when I had a day job, I was always having side hustles. Like, you just find time. You find the time, and you don't need a whole slew of time. 20 minutes a day, can you put 20 minutes a day? Can you put 10 extra hours a week? Of course you can. If you can quote me a current TV show and you know all the stuff, boom, cut that off and trade that for whatever it is you want to develop. Whether it's your fitness, whether it's your speaking, whether it's your learning how to do makeup, right? It just requires time set aside. We just don't have excuses. And that's how hard I am on myself. And so when I'm talking to other people, and they be talking, I'm like, either we're going to do it or we're not. Period, point blank. That's it. Now, what I love is I suck at planning. This is what I need. We all have something we suck at planning at. I am not the plan queen. I have some friends who overplan and they never get started because y'all plan too much. So I believe that there's a fine line because you have to know that there needs to be a plan. For example, very simple. I think I still have it with me, and I carry it around because I just love the power of writing. Y'all know I keep my binder. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, so in my binder, this is my binder. I always tell my CEO members where y'all at, say what's up. I always tell you guys, and you see this ain't no empty binder. Like it's going down, okay? This is my binder full of planning, okay? And there are a lot of things that I planned that failed, right? But in other news, there's a lot of things that I planned that's working. Here's a plan for a product I can go with, right? So here's the thing. Let me show you guys. I gotta find. One of the things we do in the CEO Stylist is we create the business plan, right? We need a binder. And here's why I didn't do it, because we hide behind that excuse, and guess what? This is from the dollar store. So, and I needed one that went like this so it fits in my different types of bag because I travel. So, the reason why I didn't go and invest and get the binders made, although that's a cute marketing move, the reality is you could just go print this like I did and put it in a little dollar store binder with some things from, and then get started. Because the truth is, we like to have sexy reasons why, and I have a million binders that I don't even use that I paid like $100 for that are supposed to have me do this. Lack of planning will get you IRS bills worth thousands of dollars. So be clear, I am not the ultimate whatever. But I will say this, the stuff that I do know will get you definitely some results. I'm trying to show y'all something. Hold on. Now, I got a sheet of paper somewhere when I first started doing short hair boot camp. And I wrote a plan, and I was scared to death to start short hair boot camp. I had a coach who pushed me off the ledge and said, Lakeisha, I remember we were in the Facebook group, and I was like coming up with all these things to do besides start the class, right? And he literally looked at me and was like, girl, you got 24 hours to come back with it. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and I started panicking because he called me out in front of the group. And so I went back, I started the class, and it changed my life. But I wrote a plan down, and I found, I'm trying to find the sheet of paper. Is this one it? It's like old paper's turning yellow. So I wrote a plan down of how many people were gonna join and how much money it was gonna make, and all of that. Well, this is part of the planning. But I wanted to find I can't find the paper, so I ain't gonna waste no time on it. But here's some of the, like I wrote down how I was gonna get to each particular section of that class. And I didn't know if it was gonna work or help people. And it still helps people. All of this is the plan. This is all the plan, right? And so I want y'all to know the plan don't need to be sexy and nothing other than some paper and a pen. But this is what I use to get started. And I carry this around because it's very scatterbrained, but I love it because it worked. And so I wrote down on one of these papers how much the class was going to, this is my sales letter. I was like, I'm going to have 26 people a month. This is the beginning. 26 people a month. Here's my sales letter. Here's everything I'm going to include in the class. Here's all. So I just started planning what I was going to say. And you look at this paper kind of yellow. It's old. This was from 3-4 years ago. So 4 years ago. So what's amazing is that it worked. And guess what? You're going to get somewhere when you have a plan, period. And so even though some of the things that I've planned have not worked, I also know for sure is, I ask myself, did I instill the discipline? Did I really show up even though it didn't look like it was going to work? I was talking to one of my clients and I'm like, look, one reason that people fall off, I have a program called the Book Stylist. People fall off because at some point it gets mundane. It gets repetitive because that's what it's necessary. You got to be willing to do the same thing for 90 days, planning and watching and measuring every 2 weeks. And only change when you see there's something that's not working, you can up level, right? But you've got to be willing to put in the consistency in order to do whatever, right? And in that class, the younger people especially, they'll be like, well, when is going to be different? This is bootstrap marketing. There is no difference. It's just a matter of consistency and persistence. You got to be persistent, right? And it's repetition. And so I'm saying all that because whatever we're setting out to do, if it's not working, we haven't planned. Here are some of the things that we're gonna plan, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite person was Brian Tracy, Miles Monroe, Jim Rohn. 3 people that talk about planning that I love, that I've always listened to. Brian Tracy was my first person to really turn me on to, I tell you guys this all the time, I love Brian Tracy, okay? So, one of the things that we can plan, of course we know, is our time. Write that in the comments, our time, our time, our time. And I'm just realizing that I've just let a lot of people run my time, and it seems very good, and I could do it, I could do it, but at some point, to get to the next level, I can't do that, right? And so, running time looks like having people call you, come right now and do this, come do this, come do, that takes your time up. And so what you would have been focused on, that you hopefully made a plan for, you are distracted. And then when you get home, you lie to yourself and say, oh, I'm gonna do this when I get home. I lie to myself, and then I'm sleepy, right? And so then I'm trying to stay up and do something, but I'm not fully present. And so one thing we get a lot of resources, right? We get a lot of resources. And one of the resources is time. And Miles Monroe said it eloquently when he said we plan poverty when we don't plan profit. I said, come on, Miles, Dr. Miles Monroe. And I was listening to one of his videos, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips. So get ready, get your pens and papers out. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Time is one, we already know that. Money, another resource. How about you tell me, what's a resource that we need to plan for and manage? What's a resource that we need to plan and manage? I'm gonna give you one, my voice. So I need to literally, so one thing I'm excited about with Isagenix is the passive income. I was like, I'm gonna put that into my studio time. Studio time, voice lessons. That's exciting. So now I need to just schedule the times I'm gonna go to the studio, schedule the times I'm gonna write the song, right? That's exciting, but that's planning it out. It won't happen unless I plan it out. Fitness, right? Managing the fitness. We talked about that this morning. I just set aside 30 minutes. I said, my usual routine is give yourself 30 minutes in the morning to do some type of fitness. Right? That's planning. In the morning also, I'm always gonna do my God time, period. Like I wake up, roll over, I be half asleep, rolling over, on looking at my Bible app. I love the Bible app. I read it at night and I read it in the morning. Miles Monroe. Girl, I was watching your video last night and doing hair. I love it, and we will have to do multitask sometimes when it comes to, like, if you're providing a service and skill. A lot of my clients love listening to what I was listening to, so yes, we got our whole life, but we was getting our beautification on. Don't do that if your client's not with that, because you gotta be a certain type of client. Hey, CEO binder organization, for sure. I was gonna get these binders made, and I still may, but initially I was like, no, like just go get you a binder. You're gonna get started quicker if you just print what I gave you and put it in the binder. Boom, you get done in a day. You gotta wait on shipping and handling, we gotta order the books, we gotta do. Now, I want you to get started for transformation. Yes to the Bible app, it's amazing. Okay, so resources, we said fitness, we said time, of course money, you guys, that's a resource. I posted a message in my group this morning, like, guys, we gotta be careful that we're not looking at the money that we have with an ungrateful heart, because it's not the money that we desire. I know I've been guilty, right? And so you feel like you never have enough, da-da-da, and there's money there, but you're disrespecting it. And so how do you need to treat the money that you have in order to really welcome and treat and grow the money that's already on the conveyor belt to you? You just got to get out of the way with our habits, our thought process, right? Which is planning. We've got to plan our Dave Ramsey talk about it all the time, planning your money, right? So, okay, planning your money. So, money, time, I said my voice, so you may have a skill set. You have to plan for it. So, for example, when I was doing hair, I used to, I'm gonna just tell y'all, when I was doing hair, one of the things that I had was this, okay? This is what, like, it's so cheap for my hairdressers. I know it's not a lot of hairdressers, it'd be a mixed group of people now. So I know that everybody's not doing hair, but fill in the blank, you could be a coach, whatever, right? So this little device, when I was at the salon, I would put onto my station. You can't really see. But I would put this onto my station, and I would set my doll head up here. And in between clients, I would just sit in between clients All I did was practice every day. Practice, 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 practice. That's all I did. And my goal, because I wanted to get fast, that was the plan. How do I get faster with the Marcel irons? Ugh, gotta turn around. How did I get faster with the Marcel irons? I set this up on my station, and when a client was under the dryer, I took out an iron and I would just curl a row. And I'd set a timer for how fast I would curl each row. So what happened was, over time, I got faster on every client, and I would get people in and out. To this day, my clients call me in California. I'm in Dallas right now. They call me in California like, why was I just in the salon for 4 or 5 hours for something that was so quick that you do in an hour, that you do in 2 hours? I'm like, but I did that. I got the discipline, and I planned out what I wanted to happen. I want to do a shampoo and style in 1 hour. So in order to make that happen, I had to break down the shampoo style process, time everything like a psycho, and be intentional. But I created a plan. Right? I created a plan. Master your craft. Exactly. Same thing for speaking. A lot of my friends are like, oh my God, you could just speak and you could just do whatever. But listen, we all get better once we start. So what time every day will you speak? Use Facebook. If nobody shows up, that's perfect. It gives you time to practice. I cut the camera on before because I wanted to get out what was in my heart. Period. So the whole thing also, guys, when you make it about you, you always find a reason not to start. When it's about me looking crazy, I'll always find a reason not to start. If it's about me and how I feel, I will always find a reason not to start. I don't feel like it. But if it's about the vision, the plan, the bigger picture, then I will just take freaking action. That's just the way that it goes, right? Okay, so we're talking about things that we have control over, that we can manage and plan, right? So our resources are time, money. How about your gas? I was just talking to my cousin. Cousin, you on here? Managing your gas. In your car, not in your stomach. I don't got nothing to do with that. But listen, planning for your week, and so that you're not constantly running out of gas money. Okay? If we know we don't have a lot, if we got to manage what we have, then we need to be like diligent. You can't be ripping and running going, oh girl, come over here real quick. No, I don't have gas for that right now. I'm planning, and my plan, it's not included in the plan. So now, stretch it out. Manage your resources so that you can be blessed with more. Then when an opportunity comes that you should take advantage of, now you have gas because you've planned and you've kept the gas that you had at the beginning of the week, because you wasn't ripping and running, helping people who ain't even helping you, wasting the time because you didn't plan that, right? The money that we got, there's no plan, so it just keeps on leaning. Like, this is why planning is important. There's a scripture in Proverbs that says, let me find it. Scripture in Proverbs 20 and 18. Plans are established by seeking advice. If you wage war, obtain guidance. So before you get ready to set out to do something, I don't want y'all going to war. Before you get ready to set out to do something, it's saying get a plan, get guidance, go talk to someone. So you guys know we have mentors, but then also don't underestimate a book. Don't underestimate an old YouTube video. Like, I get my entire life off Miles Monroe for years. Brian Tracy, years. One book of Brian Tracy. Like, I know I read a lot of his books, but I go back to that one book, and it was heavily about time management and mindset management, right? And so I'm saying all of this, guys, because we have to be planners. If we want to have something, and then anytime I see turmoil, I'm like, oh, I just got away from the plan. I'll make the plan, then I get distracted. So I was talking to my friend, I said, I want to do, because she was like, I don't know how we even talked about it, but somehow she said something about a day job, and we were talking about excuses that we use with our day job. And I said, oh, that's what, because I said, if I had a day job, I would be even better, like, because I could just, like, that's something that you can manage. Entrepreneurship is like this. A day job, you working those same hours, you getting the same check. Some of y'all so worried about the people on your job. They don't matter. Like, who cares? It's a job that you're exchanging a valuable service for a consistent check, okay? But it's your job to get the check and manage it. And you can be investing in different things. You could be doing, and I was like, if I had a day job, oh my God, the lessons that I know now, what I would be doing and showing people like on social media, I would never stop what I'm doing here. I wouldn't stop Isagenix. I wouldn't stop anything that I'm doing, and I would still have my day job and still show y'all how I'm gonna come up on like that's just the mindset because it's a plan. Like that's a plan. What? So don't knock your day job. It's planned income. It's your life. And she was like, girl, I could have gave you a job. I was like, what? So she was hiring for a receptionist. And the cuckoo part of me was like, I would take that job and be live every day at lunch break, going in and still doing my classes and still working out and still going to the studio and still doing, I would do it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, our lives are going to be different. Our paths are different, but we still, if we make a plan, can create whatever we want. Hey, Stacy, have a blessed day, love. What's Miles' last name? Miles Monroe. I practice making Russian volume fan extensions in between clients. I did the Russian lashes, but I just took them out the other day. Whitney, it's Eat That Frog. Yeah, my favorite Brian Tracy book is Eat That Frog, but I love everything that he has. What's the name of the book on time and money and mind making? Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. And it's really about tackling your biggest tasks, and it's money management. I work my day job and do here in the evenings. Yes, I know a girl, LaDonna's work a day job, and she makes full-time on part-time hours. That's why nobody has excuse. This girl works for the government. She's doing platform work, and she makes full-time income. Some people want to make, like $700, $800 a week doing hair, right? Like, she's making some crazy, like, she's up in the 4 figures, and each week with part-time hours. And she worked a full-time government job, and she got kids, and she had to cook dinner. There is no excuse. I've had people join my class homeless, which is crazy. I gotta follow up. I've had a couple people join my class. They're like, oh, I'm just living in my car. What? They invested, and they took the client building boot camp, right? It's kind of like, that's some real talk. That's why sometimes y'all will say I'm harsh, but it's like, at the end of the day, we have to be that tough on ourselves, because if we're not, we're gonna be lazy. And we talked about being lazy yesterday. Just tuning in and watching people. Hey, Kish. Okay, cool. Anyway, we're talking about planning. So Proverbs 20:18 talks about planning and seeking advice. So getting a mentor, guys. Mentors come in books. Mentors are on YouTube because mentors are everywhere. Another thing is that Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste lead to poverty. Oh my gosh, how many of you guys have made some last minute decisions? There have been some last minute decisions that led me to profit, for sure. So again, I said there's a fine line when you're in entrepreneurship where you need to freaking start before you're ready, and you need to start now, right? There's that, and then once you start, you've got to will it in and come up with a schedule and come up with a plan on how you're going to make things happen. So for example, when I started Short Hair Bootcamp, I procrastinated, I over-planned, threw away that plan, forgot that I planned. I planned so much, I forgot I had already planned, so I created a new plan because I didn't think anybody would buy and sign up because I just doubted what my abilities were, right? And so that's why you got to do mindset. So I doubted my ability, so I didn't start until a long time later. But once I started, I was rolling, and I just made a plan. And then I listened to my customers, and my customers was like, "You doing too much. Slow down. We're still trying to digest." I was like, "Oh." So then I slowed down. The majority of my customers wanted just one class, and they wanted to chew on it for the rest of the month. When I first started, I was giving class every week, class. They were like, "Ma'am, it's too much." And that is learning, planning. I'm listening to the customer, and I go back and I adjust my plan. It's the same thing with your fitness. It's the same thing with everything that we're doing in life, guys. It's planning. And we just got to make it a point to be diligent planners. And it says that the plans of the diligent lead to profit. You want to be profitable, be diligent. One reason that I love Isagenix is that they have a plan for you to make however much money you want to make. You just choose which path, and you just show up every day and make the offer to help people get healthy. Their plan is already there. A lot of times we get into business and our plan sucks. You're struggling right now because you're trying to figure out the business model. I do have a book. It's called The CEO Stylist. You need to write a book. Hello. DM me if you want me to mail you a copy of these. These are $20 plus your shipping will be like, I think $4. So I do have a book, LakeishaMichelle.com. So, I got lots of stuff going on. I need to get organized over here. I moved and stuff is still like in travel phase. Because I'm about to leave again. I'm going to Vegas. Speaking in Vegas, on the 27th, at my aunt's event, it's a women empowerment event called Diva to Diva. I think it's sold out, but I'll be there in Vegas on Saturday. And then on the 29th, there's a class here in Dallas. And then on the 31st, I'm going to be in Orlando all the way through the 7th or the 6th, because Speaking Right to Make Millions is there, and your girl is hosting as well as singing as well as teaching. So I'm just getting it in, and you best believe that took some organization. I'm looking at the thing right now going, okay, I got to be here, then I got to be there, then I got to be there. And then once you get to the places, you got to have a plan. Like, it's just, and some people get offended when you say, what's the plan? They're like, Listen, we got to have it, or else we're going to be topsy-turvy. And I know that to be true. Yes, ma'am, and all day on Saturday. I woke up this morning like, dang, not a billionaire, but I was grateful to go to work. Thank you for helping me not quit my job right now. Listen, day jobs are amazing. They're your investor. They're going to invest in, what do you want to invest in right now? Use that money and invest, right? And that way when you start a business, starting a business is a roller coaster. If you have a steady check, you won't panic. Most people are panicking because they jumped in. I know so many people that jumped into owning a salon. You were not called to own a salon. You just want to do hair and you want to be around people. But salon owning was not the thing you should jump in first. You should manage your chair. If you could blow up that chair, you could possibly blow up in a good way a salon business. But to jump into a salon, it's full on. You got to manage people. You got to manage yourself. You got to get customers in there. But you haven't even got the skill set of building people. You don't have the skill set of getting customers. So now you got this big old building and you're obligated to people who are looking at you, or maybe you don't have people and the expenses are high. Why? Because we mismanaged. So we didn't create a plan. Like, salon owning is amazing, but we gotta lead up to that, right? Unless you came into it like Naja Like the River. Okay, Naja Like the River had a corporate background. She understood structure, she understood the business model, she understood leading. So it's easy to shift because she got the skill sets at her day job. Don't diss the day job because they're gonna give you a skill. So I worked corporate. I believe that a lot of my organization came from, and I use that loosely because y'all know I'm just a free bird, but I definitely have, one of my friends told me, she said, you're very structured. As cuckoo as you look, the reason why I can be sporadic is because there are systems to other things that I do, right? And I got that from corporate and reading books, watching my parents go to corporate, and learn. So everything matters. Everything you've experienced matters. So don't take it for granted and don't hate your day job. What's the class in the Dallas location? Rachel is teaching a class and I'm just going. It's going to be on the 29th. It's, she just texted me that it was too many people, so I don't know if there's, Rachel Matthews, go to Facebook. It's a short hair class. It's a look and learn short hair class. You can either be virtual or you can be, you can come to the in salon. I believe the in salon is full. I can ask her right now. On live stream now. Okay, so Marquette Breslin got hers from the military, and my family's military, so I definitely saw that discipline. Marquette, I kind of know she has leave or something like that, and it looked like she's doing well. I don't know a lot about her, but it makes sense because the hardest part, guys, is showing up on time all the time. We quit too early. Most of the average hairdressers join my classes, and I got over 900 of them. They join and they always quit because they're looking for something to pop off. You got to be willing to show up on the days when nobody shows up. You still got to be willing. Planning is saying, I'm going to talk to this many people this week about this opportunity. Cole, I was just talking about us. Nicole was saying she had a receptionist job, and I said I would take that to be a social media experience. She's right here. So, like, seriously, don't knock your day job. That's your investor. It gives you finances, resources to go and do other things. So I want to charge you with this, guys, today. Oh, I want to give you guys some tips. Okay. So I was listening to Miles Monroe, and I want to share this with you guys, and I dare you to Google him, look up Miles Monroe planning, stalk it, binge it, but don't binge it to where you don't do nothing. You start learning every day and you never take action. Boom. Binge at nighttime when you're in bed, not when you're supposed to be working. Working hours are for working, okay? Okay. Because some people learn in exchange to not do, because that's sexy and it makes you feel like you're really doing something. So, pause. Get your pens ready. This is some pen emojis. I'm about to drop some bombs on you guys. I know we're about to be out. We right at 29 minutes. Let me check. Yes, checking my day job has brought me flat irons and products. There we go. There we go. And making sure planning planning your resources. So I have a worksheet that my members are using to plan their money, plan what's incoming, plan what's going out, plan what you're spending on. So when you get ready to do your taxes, your tax person gonna love you if you come to them with a spreadsheet of each month, all the categories that you can write off, and you just already have the numbers. So the tax person just going and inputting numbers, and then they can go and look and see what you don't know, right? But then for them to go through all your stuff, what a pain. Be organized now. So map it out, get the spreadsheets. I learned that from working with a tax person, trying to clean up my mess of just running real fast and not planning for taxes, right? Because I was just ignorance on fire, excited and ready to go, making a lot of money and not under the right business bracket. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Trust me, it's gonna cost you about 50 grand. My day job helps me get 4 18-wheelers. Boom, Keith, look at that. And Keith went, got the trucks, started his business. So please don't knock your day job. Like, don't knock your day job. Don't do it. I almost think it's just a better story when you got a day job and then you just do something amazing. I almost think. Ooh. Or it's better when you start from the bottom, now you're here. Like Drake. Okay, so here's the thing. Number one, management. So planning is, okay, write this down. Planning is the management of the distance between birth and death. Miles Monroe said this. I said, damn, birth and death. So what he's saying is this. If you don't plan your life, we all are born, we all gotta die. We all have the same appointment in life, death, okay? The same appointment in life. But we get to choose how we're gonna spend that time between our born date and our death date. Come on somebody. Planning is managing the distance between your birth and your death, which means, here's when I'm born, November 21st, whenever I pass, whatever that date is, the time in between that, managing that and not letting life just happen. A lot of times we let life just happen. I was talking to someone yesterday, they said, this just happens and it's just the way, all this excuses. I said, you do realize that you're in a predicament because it's what you set up. Everything that you're doing and you're receiving right now has to do with how you plan and manage your resources. It's the part that we don't want to hear because it means that we take that as, oh, I'm like a bad person, or oh, I messed up. No, I just didn't have the right plan. And now I'm gonna plan a plan. And I'm gonna adjust the plan. Because I could plan to go to my mama's house right now, but on the way, there's gonna be some detours. But I'm still gonna go to my mama's house. I might gotta go down a different street. But I'm still gonna go to my mama's. Just saying. So, planning is management of the distance between birth and death. Birth and death. So how you manage, like Lisa Nichols says, she says this all the time, the dash between, she said, make your dash dance. She did a presentation one time, we were like in Croatia. And I thought that was the best presentation. She said, how are you gonna make that dash? What are you gonna make that mean, right? Accountability, preach, can you? Come on, Cole. So look, Cole is an excellent planner, by the way. She got that planning skill where you just be like, how do you know how to do that? Number two, planning is applying purpose to time. Can you bring my plate? Please. I'm about to use my time wisely and eat while I'm talking. Ghetto, but I don't care. And not really. Who said it was ghetto? That's only if you just like smack and show your food. Okay, so planning is applying purpose to time. So, in the book Stylus, in our program, and guys, if you want to get anything I'm talking about, just DM me. One of the sheets that we use on a regular basis, and I use mine on my calendar, but this has your times in it. So this is how I spend my time from 6 to 9 p.m. And then there's also a plan for how many people I'm going to talk to. It's my goal and how many people I actually talk to. This is a sales sheet, but it's also time management. And then down here, we plan the conversations and we manage that. This simple sheet is powerful, so powerful, because sometimes we look and try to figure out what's wrong. Thank you. And no, thank you. Okay, y'all, breakfast. Salmon and eggs, people. So, a lot of times we want to see what's wrong with the business, but we haven't documented. If you're not documenting your day, what's happening? How will we know? Here's a plan. People get distracted. Here's the plan for the month. Monthly income goal, weekly, daily, the number of appointments that you need, your sales activities. You plan it out at the beginning of the month. Okay? Now I'm not about you. And then each week you do the plan so that when you're done each week, you can measure it up to the month. How freaking amazing is this? And it does work, guys. And let me tell you, almost everything works when you work it. Put a little Malibu seasoning on my food. I like this. This is in California. It's amazing. I have to get an Amazon shipped here because I love Malibu. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3 is planning. Miles Monroe used a lot of big words. Let me make this simple. Planning is documenting frequency, determination, how time will be used, forces you to put. Okay, planning forces you to put on paper how you determine to use that time. So you're telling time, you ain't planning me, I'm planning you, right? So planning allows you to put on paper how you will use the time. Planning allows you to put on paper how you will use the time. And that is that. Write this down, y'all. And look at the comments. Hey, Lucy. I see you guys. I love it. Are you guys loving this conversation? I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm here for it. I'm adjusting my plan. We got 2 more months of this year. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. For no other reason than that's the way it should be. You should always be having these goals and a plan, right? And so, okay. Number 4 is planning is giving meaning to unused time that is motivated by a clear sense of purpose. Giving meaning to unused time motivated by a clear sense of purpose. So in my planner, this is my planner right now, I have what we use in Isogenics to build your teams. It has a plan already. What I love is I don't have to think about it. This is a business model that already works. So I've already made money from this, and I will continue to make money from this. And they gave me a plan, and my job is to just do the plan. Now the beautiful part about this is I get to do this part, and I just keep filling in my little circles and squares, doing the part, and then I use my sales plan that I teach my stylists to do this business. It's amazing. It's amazing. This message is meant for me to hear. I love it. Can you repeat number 4? Yes. So, planning is giving meaning to unused time that is motivated by a clear sense of purpose. It's Dylan's birthday, y'all. Happy birthday, Dylan! You guys type happy birthday, Dylan, in the comments. Okay, it's Top Son's birthday. We should probably sing happy birthday real quick. Like, come here, Dylan, let me sing happy birthday to you. Wake up! He just woke up, y'all. Come here, Stepson! I need my microphone. Oh, I don't have it. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna take a commercial break. Look at me, son. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Say happy birthday in the comments, y'all. Happy birthday, dear Dylan. Happy birthday. Put happy birthday heart up, heart up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday! You guys heart it up. Happy birthday, love you. So, we have to plan that birthday song real quick. Look at all the happy birthdays. Yeah, they're like, happy birthday, Dylan. Happy birthday. I love it. Thank you, guys. Look at that. They lit. Happy birthday. I love it. Okay. I was trying to put my salmon breath all in his face. Okay. Number 4, I'm going to say it again. Planning is giving meaning to unused with a clear sense of purpose. So giving time. So tomorrow we have 24 hours. What you call it? Lord willing, right? We're planning each time, right? With the purpose. With the purpose. So if you desire to have a 6-figure business, if you desire to have abs, I decided this morning that I need to do abs with you guys because you guys are helping me be accountable and y'all just gonna watch my abs. Hopefully you'll do it with me so you can have some too. But now I gotta create an ab plan, right? Push-ups and abs. That's gonna help me with the shape that I wanna get, right? But I gotta create a plan for it. There's a clear purpose. I want abs, okay? That's it, it's real clear. But we have different things that we're doing. We need to be clear on the purpose of why we're doing it, right? And then planning the time to do it. So for example, Good Tea for Life, the purpose of this is for a group of people to come together and talk about all the things that help our lives. Because there's so much noise going on around us that has nothing to do with our soul flourishing, right? Our God relationship, our money, all of that stuff flourishing. So this is the moment where I bring a group of people together around these topics, around this conversation. It does build my brand. It is totally on purpose with what's in my heart that just wants to come out every single day, all the time to you guys. It builds the kingdom. These are kingdom principles, right? And we get to network, right? And so we're building a community of people. And it's totally on purpose. Happy birthday, thank you. Yuna, Brianka, Lacey, Shadell, Carolyn, Adante, Keisha. Got a whole bunch of birthdays. Denise. I need the name of the book again. Sorry, I was doing abs literally. I love it. Eat that frog. Thank you, Brianka. Brianka owned it. Brianka in the tribe, so she already know. Step number 5, planning is regulating your time. And it's not steps, these are just tips. Like, these are things that we want to just literally I'm gonna send them out via email. I'm gonna send them out to, if you're not on my email list, go to KeishaMichelle.com. I'm gonna send this out via email, okay? Regulating your time. Because if we don't, the day is gonna always snatch us up, period, point blank. Number 6, planning means that you're gonna plan the use of your resources. And we talked about that one at the beginning, which is your time, your money, your gas, your energy. Sometimes we overexert energy. When you're singing, there are moments where you need to digress, and there are other moments where you need to just push. You've got to learn how to manage that energy and plan for it, right? Relationships. We've got to plan time for our relationships. I got to plan time for all of them. Your children, love life, family life, you got to plan time for that. Number 7, planning is taking control of your future. How do I get to the purpose past giving the money? Explain that a little bit. Number 6, planning is planning the use of resources. Planning the use of resources. So, planning our time. Sorry, I'm smacking, I'm hungry, I gotta eat breakfast. Planning our time, planning our money, planning your gas. A simple thing is there's some things that we don't manage. We don't make a plan for it because it's just something like gas. But gas is the thing that makes your vehicle move. And so you know you're tight on gas. You can't just be ripping and running and doing everything. You gotta move. Now I don't know how y'all grew up, but that's how we grew up. My mama used to plan the week ahead of time. If it was not on the plan, we were not going. Because her statement was, we ain't got gas for that. Now, I will say, all those conversations will haunt you. So that's why we're here to do mindset as well. Because it's like, those conversations, you can't live a life where we don't have gas. And that's not true when you have gas in your car, which makes it ungrateful, which you keep saying we don't have gas. You never have gas because you're so busy talking about what the gas you don't have that you never make a plan for having more gas. Same thing for money, same thing for time, same thing for everything. My voice, I can't say my voice is doing whatever if I'm not practicing. So, number 7, and we're done. Planning is taking control over your future. Very simple. Taking control over your future. And you guys can listen to Miles Monroe all day long. I wanted to bring this to you because I'm just like, I love this conversation. I'm always trying to do better with this conversation. And I look back at the things that have worked really, really well. It's because I created a plan. A simple one on paper. So I want to inspire you today to do the same. I want to inspire you to create a plan and work the plan. And be okay with the plan detouring just a little bit. Just stay cool with the destination. You know you want to do something, just put that up. That's the outcome. That's what you're going to do. Cool. Sometimes our plans change. Maybe you had a plan to be something and then you got pregnant. You know, maybe you were going to do something and somebody died. Like I've heard some, you know, maybe you were going to go somewhere, but then a storm happened and now it's destroyed the place where you were going. I heard that the other day. Right? So things are going to happen, guys, but we just got to make sure that we're clear on the outcome in the plan. Because if we're not, when things happen, we're going to go like this. And that's not the goal. So that's it, guys, for this hour. Thank you so much for watching Good Tea for Life. I hope that you guys got super, super blessed. I did this morning. I'm going to send this out to the email list. And actually, we should just keep talking about it. So this is what we're going to talk about for the rest of the week. So if you missed it today, if you joined, don't worry. We'll talk about it again all the time for the rest of the week, whenever I go live. I love you. I love you. I love you. Go to LakeishaMichelle.com. You're welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up and pouring into yourselves. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. And any questions you have, just go to LakeishaMichelle.com. The GPS of life. Sometimes they're on YouTube. Right. Love you guys. See you guys later.